Welcome back to our channel. My name is Antionna Fuller, and I am the founder and executive director of Healing Households. We are a 501c3 nonprofit on a mission to heal individual, relational, and generational suffering. Welcome to Vlogmas in February, where you can expect new video topics every week and new video uploads every day. This week, we're healing our Black history by talking about Black traumas and fears. Before we get started, two things. If you find this video helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe. It will help us be able to help others just like you. Also, don't forget to read the description box for more information and ways to donate if you're interested. We love you so much. We thank you, and we hope that you enjoy this video.
And really not being able to process why are these people so angry with me? Why are they calling me this? Why wasn't I supposed to ride across the street anyway? Why? Nobody ever talked about that. I think that when I was growing up, Black folks just accepted some things. This is just the way it is. Folks were scared of white people. I mean, I grew up afraid of white people. I grew up feeling intimidated by white folks. I grew up not feeling like I was as good as they were. And if you hear a tinge of anger in my voice, I'm still mad as hell about that. Because I feel like maybe my ACT scores wouldn't have been as low as they were if I had felt like I had a chance or I was as good as they were. So yes, it should have been talked about. We should have been empowered. But it was the time. It was just the time. People were afraid.
I saw this beautiful woman on TikTok and it broke my heart. I knew I had to talk about it. I don't think my generation understands how it was for our parents growing up in that time period and how they're still humans with names and experiences and are still healing from things that they haven't even said out loud. Our grandparents and our parents grew up in a time period where mental health and talking about how you feel wasn't a thing. And this is why Healing Households and our intentional Black parenting program exists, to give our parents permission to feel and heal alongside us. I commend this beautiful woman for being vulnerable and sharing her experience. And I pray that it gives others the courage to do so too. There's so much healing that can happen when we share. When I think about what they've endured, I think about my generation and how we always say what we would have done and how it couldn't have been us. And I really love us for that. But I don't think we understand how difficult and scary it was back then. White people had free reign. They could do whatever they wanted. They could say whatever they wanted, anytime, any day, no reason, no consequence. It was scary. It was a sport. It was entertainment. It was a hobby. A Black person could be getting beat right beside them and they wouldn't even flinch. They would just continue to read their newspaper or go about their day because it was regular. It was normal. Black lives were seen as disposable, useless, like dirt. I want to pause and acknowledge that I recognize we are still living in a world that feels like this, where people of a certain race and class believe they can do anything, say anything, and get away with it. Y'all know I'm from the South, and if I'm being honest, I've had scary moments in the South and in the North. I am 27 years old, and I have stories I can share on another day. But let me tell you what I've learned. Like a bully, sometimes the only way a person can feel big and bad or better about themselves is by picking on those that don't know who they are. And they do it all to mask their jealousy and private insecurities. I hope I'm not too loud. So when you have a generation that's growing up seeing these things and hearing things, you begin to see yourself as this low-ranked person, which isn't true, this inferior being, which isn't true, and you begin to lose hope for the future. So you stay and remain in this place of hopelessness. So I want to take time today to empower and encourage my community. You are not as good as them. You are good, period. Yeah, they are powerful, but so are you. You have to understand how powerful you are for a group to team up against you. The gag is they already know how powerful you are. They just don't want you to know it. Yeah, the law may be on their side, but God, the final judge, is on your side. So you have the majority. And I know this topic of religion can be touchy for some Black people. I've heard concerns about, where was God during slavery and where is he now? And I really want to do a separate video on that, so hold me to it. But right now, I'll tell you this. God is waiting on you. He already told you that he was with you. He already told you that he was protecting you. He already told you that he handed your enemies over to you. Now, I don't condone violence. I'm not saying that. Y'all, we got to be on one accord here with this, okay? Listen, I'm not saying be violent. What I mean is that sometimes we have to take action. And I'm going to explain what that action is, okay? But we can't always be so passive thinking justice is just going to fall from the sky. God promised the Israelites the promised land, but they still had to walk it out, right? Before they could enter, they still had to fight because there were people occupying their land, living comfortably, and it wasn't theirs. Again, I'm not speaking in terms of violence and war. Please, I'm trying to stress this. The point is your action is required, and you're going to have to fight for your right, fight for your inheritance, fight for your freedom, and fight for your promise in this land. Progress has been made, and that's why we celebrate every February. But the fight did not stop with our grandparents and our parents. Our first step in fighting back is knowing who we are and loving ourselves and affirming ourselves and shifting our mindset to believe that we are above and not beneath. Because it's true. So these are a few things that I want you to do. On the sidewalk, it's yours too. Correct them when they say your name wrong. Take up space at your job or in the classroom. I want you to let your presence be felt. And if there is not a seat at the table, like Mother Shirley said, pull up a chair. Take action, whether that's going out to vote, speaking out about issues that impact us, showing a united collective front. And we can start by making a joint collective decision to do this thing in peace, y'all. I'm not doing this video to create more hate in this world because it's already too much of it. All in all, you are free, loved one. Don't be yoked by any other form of slavery, including your own fear or skewed view of yourself. Breathe in this fresh air. You have an opportunity our ancestors fought, died, and dreamed about. Live free and live proud, and then teach it to the next generation. I hope that you found this video helpful. If so, please be sure to like and subscribe. I love you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Right now, I stand before you.